Hello, Aries. So I am here today to give you your message of the week. And we're going to be focusing on what is changing in your life. I'm going to be taking two of these oracle decks out, cards out, and then from there I'm going on, okay? So two flew out. How interesting. We have the ring and the root and the womb. That is a very interesting combination there. First of all, I'm feeling in the activation of the last three chakras. So that would be the root chakra, solar plexus. Root chakra, sacral space, and solar plexus are being activated here. The gray in the middle of each card makes me feel like there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot that is being transformed, created, manifested that you're not even aware of in this situation. But it does look like oh wow, it's affecting my throat chakra. It does look like it's something that has to do with an agreement that you're doing, a commitment that you're putting yourself into. It can be signing papers because I'm seeing somebody signing a piece of paper. It could also be a union of two belief systems that you thought before weren't possible to meld together, that all of a sudden you're understanding how they both unite and it's creating something new, which again makes it reminds me a lot of this triangle and the womb, because it's kind of like the union of two belief systems and then it developing into something new in the womb, which is like a new creation force. This is a very interesting energy. It feels very mental still, though. It doesn't feel like it's actually solidified at this moment. I don't see it coming to fruition until about fall is what I'm hearing. So that's so crazy that you're hearing this so early, but I'm going to see more about this, okay? I'm just going to take out six of these. One, two, three. There goes the agreement. 4, 5. Whoa, that's too many. That went crazily insane. We're gonna take that one because it came, and these we're not gonna take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's how we're gonna do that. All right. So the first thing that comes out is the barrel. The barrel is important that it came out first, because it is saying you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And see, whenever we're in this creation force where we're melding together to people, to agreements, a mindset, blah, blah, blah. It always comes from a period of lack. So if you're currently in this period of feeling like something's missing in your life, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough resources, you don't have friends, you don't have love, it doesn't matter what it is, but it feels like an emptiness feeling that's around you. This is the indication that it's about to spark into something new. And then here comes the door that says opportunity is awaiting for you. And see, the doors are closed. And it reminds me of that verse in Matthew that says, knock and the door shall be open, seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive. So it does require you to do some kind of act to get out of that funk energy of feeling the lack. So it can be like you don't have a lot of friends and you don't communicate with a lot of people, and something inside of you tells you that you should go to, I don't know, something that's happening in the library or something that's happening in your community or volunteering in some aspect. And you're thinking, I don't know how this is going to make a difference, but as you're engaging with other people and you're starting to people more, I feel like peopling is very important for you, Aries. There's this energy of isolation that is kind of clouding your vision at this moment, but it's saying you're going to have to put forth an act that will open up the door to this new beginning that you're supposed to be going through towards. And it's a looking for something. And here is the agreement, the ring, right? Because we have a handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. And see, this is why I'm saying peopling is very important. I'm feeling like in the process of you peopling, you get together with a person that's going to like open your eyes, which goes to the eye, and it says psychic ability, trust your intuition. That's going to open your eye to something that you weren't able to see before. This can be as big as like a new way to look at the world and the problems that you've experienced so that you can move forward, or this can be something as easy as um, you didn't know that the community that you're in had a lot of the same minded people as you, a lot of the same opportunities, or like one door leads to another one leads to another one because somebody met you and kind of liked you, right? And then we have the bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And the bull, for me, really feels a lot like Taurus in that energy of like, you're gonna have to bulldoze your way through this ugly period of time that you're going through. It is not gonna be easy because when we are in lack, we want to sleep more. We start seeing the world a little pessimistic. We don't want to engage with people. This is why I'm telling you, peopling is very important for you because you don't want to be around people right now. And that's actually the shortcoming. Like it's what you're going to have to do if you want to move into this womb energy where you're creating something new into your existence. And I feel like you're creating because you're connecting to these different people and these different mindsets. And in connecting with them, it's kind of like it's going to kind of give you that energy of holy crap, I don't know, I can't believe that this is actually a thing, people actually think this way, we can do these kind of things together. And it's like it opens you up and it awakens that sacral space energy, that solar plexus energy, that root chakra energy, returning you back to the foundations that were you. You have so much fiery potential inside of you, and it's been muted because of the fact that you're feeling isolated and alone, and like the world kind of is going in the wrong direction, right? And then we have bird flying, news on its way. And what I'm actually feeling with that news on its way is that once you receive this information, it's just going to give you those wings, and you're going to like fly into new avenues, discover new things about yourself, about the people around you, kind of like open up to something that was lost inside of you for a long period of time. So this feels like very, very good energy. Now, I want to see um, what it is that they recommend you to do at this time to make this manifest. Okay, the first thing that comes out is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That's interesting. Second thing is the Princess of Chalices, which is of Cups. That already is giving me a message. But next we have the 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to take out the 6 before I tell you what's going on. Whoa. All 3 came out. Look at that. Then we have the Moon card. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles. And then we have the Chariot card. I should have showed you that because when I split the deck, I saw the Chariot card, and I'm like, I think this is them moving forward in this expansion that I'm seeing going on in their lives. So the first thing that we need you to let go of is your overemphasis on material things. And now this is very difficult because we all need to survive, okay? And we all need to thrive, and we all need to move forward. So it's not like stop working. It's not like don't worry about paying your bills. That's not what I'm talking about. But sometimes we become like overly obsessive of the fact that we have the lack of something, that we actually create more of that lack. Okay. Also, there's an emphasis here of traditions and family stuff, like where you're hanging around the same family members, you're hanging around the same environment, and you know that your family has very unhealthy traits, and they have a tendency of bringing you down from energies. So it's kind of like, yeah, let's do less of that and more of you, right? This is especially important for somebody that we call it in Spanish, baño de lágrimas, which would be in the cloth that everybody cries on, right? So this is every single time somebody comes to talk to you, they're always talking about all the bad things that are happening in their lives. Oh, this happened. Oh, this happened. I don't understand why this person does this to me. And you're always the one that tells them everything's going to be all right, and you guide them and you counsel them. It's like, I think it's time for you to do a little bit less of that and a little bit more of you. The second thing is to put on your rose-colored glasses. Rose-colored glasses for me are that aspect of life in which you believe that everything is possible and magic is possible. It's believing in the love that is all around you. You know, sometimes like overly doing the lovey-dovey stuff, for me, I feel like it's a little toxic. But in this case, they're asking you to do that because what you're being asked to do is to get out of this poverty mindset. Five of Pentacles, it's kind of feeling out in the cold, never having enough, and it feels lack of resources. So and that's really interesting because what I'm seeing here is that if you start moving in that way, something that you're not expecting is going to happen, because the moon card is something you're not expecting, but also it's a change of your perspective, because right now you're going to start noticing how your mindset has been distorted because of the people that you have been engaging with, right? That's the bad thing about, staying in an isolated area and not expanding and opening the doors to new people, experiences, places, things, and energies. Because when you close up, what happens is that we have this tendency of just seeing the world based on the ugly people that are always around you, right? Or the ugly experiences that you always have. And there's just cyclical. You're just stuck in this rut. And when you expand, you're like, oh, it's not everybody. It's just this group that I've always been around, right? And it doesn't matter if it's a social group, if it's a social media group too, because there's these little pockets in social media right now that are very, very like pessimistic and dark. Always talking about victim mentality. You're the one that everybody's doing everything bad for, spell works, all kinds of stuff, and you get stuck on that, right? So it's kind of like discommunicating from that energy. I don't even know if discommunicating is an actual word, but that's how I was going to say disconnecting, but I said discommunicating. So I'm going to leave it there. With these people that are constantly pulling you down, because you're starting to see the world through their eyes, through their perception, and you're no longer living your reality, you're living theirs. And this is why they're telling you the rose-colored glasses, because when you do, you're going to be like, holy crap, like the world is not how I've seen it up to now. The world was seen like that because I just kept feeding into these people and like giving of myself so much that I became them. And that's not a good thing. And then all of a sudden we see this movement of the Six of Pentacles to the Chariot card, where you're slowly starting to move forward while you're giving to the right groups, right? You're sharing information, you're sharing time, you're sharing space with different groups and different social interactions and whatever. And that kind of awakens you to the path to happiness and joy, that I'm seeing going forward. Now, if you choose, because everybody has free will, I'm not going to say that this is exactly what's going to happen to you, because I'm not you and I won't make the same choices that you make, right? So let's say that you continue to be isolated hermit card and not decide to move forward, and not decide to expand yourself. The first thing we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow movement to feeling materially abundant. And then we have the Empress card, where you're feeling abundant and you're starting to bring something else into the existence. Again, the womb energy. And then we have the Muse of Voices, and that's the King of Swords. The King of Swords is then you start becoming more logical, less emotional, right? You start going by the book. You start realizing that sometimes some people are not good to stick with, right? And then we have the Three of Emotions, which is the Three of Cups. Yes, it's the Three of Cups, which literally is saying then you start partnering up with different people. And then we have the Emperor card, and you feel control over your life. Honestly, I think that you can't walk away from this path. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Emotions, which is the Ten of Cups, which is your happiness. Honestly, it looks like This is kind of set up for you. I'm seeing the commencement of this energy happening in around May and June. Again, I don't see anything like really, really taking its form until the fall. I think I said the fall. I don't know. You guys can rewind the video and remember what I said in the beginning. I can't remember. Um, and so, yeah, I feel like you're set up. I know this sounds kind of funny, but the universe has decided, or God decided, or however, whatever you want to believe in, decided that it's time for you to progress forward. I told people, like, starting 2025 last year, and I know that was probably not that popular, there's going to be a loss of free will, right? And what the loss of free will means is that if your free will, right, the decisions that you make are usually you giving up your happily ever after for another person and then staying stuck in a lower frequency when you're supposed to be in a higher frequency, it's kind of like they're taking that option away from you so that you don't go backwards and you continue to move forward. So you do have free will, right? But the free will was decided more in the spiritual realm instead of the physical realm. And in the physical realm, you're just kind of doing what you were told in the spiritual. And I know that's not going to be too popular with some people, but it is, I guess, the truth based. The only way that I can tell you it's a truth based on the frequency you're connected to, based on the plan that you're supposed to be set up in this world, based on um, the guidance that you receive. Because a lot of the things they usually tell me is not everybody knows, because it's a need to know basis, and some people are too, look at that, some people are, this is fell out ram, some people are too stubborn and aggressive to be able to give all the information to. That's what they said. Because if I tell a person, hey, they're taking away your free will, you're going to lose your shit, right? Especially since you're an Aries, and especially since you're an emperor. And this whole reading ended up with the emperor, which is your sign. So it's like, you're going to lose your shit. But the reality is you keep going back to people, places, and things that are actually taking away your ability to be the emperor. So sometimes the best way is to remove the option that is going to limit you. That went into a crazy tangent that I didn't want to go to, but whatever. So prepare. You're definitely moving into connecting to the correct soul group that's going to activate your sacral space, root chakra, and solar plexus, and open you into a new reality. So expect a lot of changes this year. Thank you, and we'll see you the next